What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Bob Arum, Devin Haney, and Vasyl Lomachenko. Get this. Arum states that nobody knows Haney in Australia. Kambosos Lomachenko is a much bigger fight. Top-ranked CEO Bob Arum, who promotes Vasyl Lomachenko, strongly believes that his boxer is the biggest possible option for the WBO, the WBC, franchise, the WBA, and the IBF lightweight champion George Kambosos. Lomachenko, a former three-division world champion, lost his belts to Teofimo Lopez in 2020 in what was a big upset. And last year, Lopez himself suffered an upset loss to Kambosos, where Kambosos outboxed him for 12 rounds for the unified crown. Lomachenko is not the only fighter in the race. Eddie Hearn, of course, has Devin Haney that is working hard to secure the fight with Kambosos. Kambosos is planning to fight on a date in May, and he's dead set on staging his next ring outing on Australian soil. Both Arum and Hearn are holding talks with Kambosos promoter Ludabella and promoter Peter Khan. Arum explains that his company has deep contacts in Australia, and Lomachenko is a much bigger name in the country. He feels Haney is still very much unknown. And this is what he had to say. Arum. He says, "We're talking to Lou and Peter, and we're optimistic because we have really good contacts inside Australia. COVID is in the way, but I think it'll be okay. And ESPN is ready to step up to the plate to get that fight done." Truth be told, nobody knows Devin Haney in Australia. Really, he hasn't had any exposure. Everybody that follows boxing around the world, including Australia, knows Lomachenko. So Lomachenko would be a much bigger match in Australia than Devin Haney would be. Let me counterpunch. It is true that Bob Arum does have connections in Australia. He brought Manny Pacquiao there to fight, Horn. You can't forget that. Lomachenko, I think, is a bigger name than Devin Haney naturally. He's older, for one. For two, he's more known. He's the two-time Golden Olympian, so he was pretty much known before he went to the professional ranking. So you can't deny any of what Bob Arum is saying. But him saying that, Devin Haney is little unknown or whatnot, I think that's one of the reasons why Eddie Hearn should give up any idea of fighting in the Middle East, unless it's just for just money, like an offer you can't refuse type of situation. Okay, that's the only way. But George Kambosos, again, like I told you guys, is in a great position. Why? Because he can sit back and just choose and pick. And, shout out to Ludabella too, because Ludabella has been one of those promoters that's been grinding a very long time. But, he hasn't had the recognition like the Bob Arums or the Al Haymans or the Don Kings or any of those guys. He's just been kind of like in that mid-grade or mid-level, but he's done his thing. And now he's in position to make great decisions for his fighter, okay, him and Peter Khan of George Kambosos. So, but it just shows you, though, that Eddie Hearn, he may need to give up the pride, okay, of saying, hey, I have these in the Middle East. If the guy doesn't want to go anywhere else but Australia, you have to eliminate that possibility and only work at what you can and what is available. And what's available is, hey, fighting in the UK. If Devin Haney wants to go to the UK, don't stop him or deter him from going to the UK because you have another deal over here. Because the guy with all the marbles, or damn near all the marbles, is George Kambosos, okay? And it seems like to me, based on what we read, or what I heard about Bob Arum and Lomachenko and George Kambosos, he may take that fight. Would that be a good fight? Hell yeah, it'd be a great fight. Would it be for Haney? No, because it'd be, once again, someone's avoiding Haney to fight someone else. That's what it would be. And, and here's the problem. If George Kambosos fought Lomachenko, I don't see George Kambosos if he beats Lomachenko, especially if he wins, I don't see him wanting to fight Haney. I just don't. You know what I mean? I just think that he will look at Haney as like, nah, been there, done that. I don't think so. But I could be wrong. And of course, I would like to be wrong in this situation, but who knows? Um, but Lomachenko, he's never fought in Australia though. You know, I think he's just a more known name, but it's the down under. A lot of people that, you know, unless you're Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, you know, these top names, pretty much you won't know, they really won't know who you are, even though Australia is a boxing place too, okay, because it is, you know, a British territory. So, you know, they know they're boxing down there, so to speak. So, but anyway, it just shows you that Eddie Hearn needs to submit and needs to understand that, hey, he's not the only guy in the race. So we'll see how this unfolds. You guys tell me what you think about Bob Arum calling Devin Haney an absolute nobody, and nobody knows who he is. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.